And it is going to be the textual context in which we are going to provide the message this morning.
Amen.
My God. My God. Eli, elect.
Yes, sir.
Is it Greek?
Yes, sir.
Eli, elect. That is, it is that I want to know whether he's your God.
Yes, sir. Come on now.
Why have you forsaken me?
Yeah.
I left heaven to come to earth. Stayed here 33 and a half years, and now, what? Sit down if you can. I just want to know from the Lord himself, that is the Godhead, the Father of the Godhead, that is God the Father. I want to know why have you forsaken me? Why are you so far from my deliverance and from my words of groaning? My God, I cry by day, but you do not answer. By night, yet I have no rest. So I'm asking you to look at the front of the message page, and it says, when you give up, your suffering intensifies. I wish I had somebody. If the Photons had given up in the first hour,
Yes, sir.
they would have never seen the tow truck in the 6th hour.
All right.
I wish they had some.
Yes, sir.
Amen.
If Sister Goggins had given up on the Monday before last, she wouldn't have seen the glory of this morning.
All right.
And our suffering would have intensified.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I would like to use for a subject of our message this morning something that you can take with you. And that is that trust is undeniably Yahweh's armored limousine.
All right. All right. Yes, sir.
Trust
Yeah.
all right, is undeniably and unmistakably, that is Yahweh's armored limousine.
Come on. Yes, sir.
Is there anybody here this morning? Is that if you are and I'm in trouble, and when the enemy is always visible, and when the enemy is bold enough to walk up to your face and tell you that you are no good. As I travel and as I am in my constant journey, I want and shield me so that I won't give up while I'm traveling. Somebody still don't get it. It is that when the President of the United States, he takes his own car in Air Force One.
Yes, sir.
The Prototype, he doesn't use Avis. Thrifty. And where's Sister Hill? Enterprise. And he certainly wouldn't put you in a budget. Oh, it ain't gonna hurt you to laugh. But he takes his, I'm talking about the chief commander-in-chief of the United States, never trusts any place, that is, or any vehicle to ride in except his armored limousine. Have I got rid of it? And you can say, oh, who isn't that a waste? He said, he's a man just like me. Why can't he just ride in an ordinary car? But the United States government has decreed that the president should always be in a armored vehicle. And when you're in an armored vehicle, is that there are a lot of things that go on the outside that never creeps in to the inside. I'm going to get there. And anybody that's in an armored vehicle knows that even the door will be checked to make sure that whoever gets in has been authorized to get in. Have we got a witness? And that's why Job lived in an armored limousine. Have we got a witness? Because he said, though they slay, though they shoot at me, I'm going to trust in the Lord. Have we got a witness? If you're here this morning and you know that people have come up against you, you know that things haven't been good all the time. You know that you've had some sickness. You've had some discouragements. You've had some breaks in the family circle. You know that every day hasn't been sunshine. But the one thing you do know, that you trust God. And whatever goes along, he keeps you moving in the right direction. When you trust him, you don't let things get in. When you trust him, you keep all of the daggers and the ugly looks from deterring you. Have we got a witness? Because I've got trust on this side.
Yes, sir.
I've got trust on this side. I've got trust on that side. And nothing is going to take away my trust. And when you trust him, you won't allow anything else to come in. It is a covering.
Yes.
It is a shield that even the top of the limousine is covered. Even the headlights are covered. And I meant to tell you that there are some weapons that can be dispensed and displayed at any time. Have I ever read this? And I want to let you know that when you have trust, and therefore in the analogous of a armored limousine, God gives you the ultimate driver for the vehicle. That is that the driver of the armored vehicle is someone more than just one with a commercial license. I would say it's someone that is more than just a one-year experience. When you have trust, you have someone that can take you through dangerous areas. All right. And you are not afraid of the storms of life. Because your driver, that is, trust driver,
Yes, sir.
will keep you on the road and keep you from all harm. Well, let's see whether we can tie this together. David wrote this song. This is the Davidic song, and that was a song that most or many would say this couldn't be Christ, because this was centuries before his announced birth.
Yes, sir.
Amen.
Amen.
So there were some theologians that said it's probably David and David's experience, and he's writing about it in the 22nd Psalm. Well, it didn't match up because David always had friends. Are we all good?
Yes, sir.
David never had a robe that they gambled on.
All right.
You see what studying the word will do?
Yes, sir.
Once you read the 31 verses of all, you'll find out that this did not describe David's activities on this earth. Have we got a witness? The 22nd Psalm gives us the vision of Christ the Lord. That is, when he was on the earth and as 100% human and 100% God. That he was, in fact, on the cross when he said, from the first verse, my God,
Yes, sir. Wow.
my God, why
Yes, sir.
have you forsaken me?
Amen.
Have we got a witness? Well, don't be deceived and don't be confused, because this is not a question of disgust. This question that he asked is not a question that he has given up. Have we got a picture? We all quiet as one. This question is not a question that some of us ask when we're going through trials and tribulations and disappointments and disgust. This is not the question when Jesus asked on the cross, my God, he is lonely.
All right.
Because I have voluntarily taken on
My God.
sin.
My Lord.
He hadn't sinned,
No, sir.
but he took on sin.
All right.
And if he would have the experience of loneliness, you can be assured that when you and I participate in sin,
Right. Will.
that our misery would be even greater.
Yes, sir.
Amen.
That is sin when it comes into our lives and we start to participate in our lives in sin. That it gives us a complete separation from God.
Yes, sir.
Am I gonna win? That is that we find a place to where we cannot understand why is it that I'm just so lonesome.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And Alvin White Jr. extends this period into a permanent experience when I just keep on sinning. Have I got a witness?
Amen.
The point is that we can have some temporary loneliness. Have I got a witness? But when we extend the temporal loneliness into a greater period, then we get farther
Separate.
and farther
Yes, sir.
and farther,
Yeah.
and we wake up one Sunday and say, I don't have to go to work.
My God.
I wish I had somebody. So this was at best a temporal or a temporary separation. Have I got a witness? Only because he had taken on sin. And sin will keep you and I separated from God. I might stop parenthetically and tell you that sin is no inanimate object. Amen? You ever even heard me write on sin? Well, I need to correct that. Sin becomes sin when it gets in you.
Yes, sir.
It doesn't lay over here. And I'm afraid of it. Until it gets into human possession.